Welcome to Veteran to Veteran, a show dealing with veteran issues. And I'm Conrad Kaskowski. I'm with the Plymouth American Legion, Post 243. Also with me is Dwayne Wick. He's a member of the Plymouth Post. And also, you can see the different colored hats. So, we always pick up a couple new viewers. So, Dwayne, you got to explain the hat colors.
Okay, well, the hat differences are for the leadership, and my white hat designates that I'm with the department, and I'm the department historian who documents the department commander's travels for 1 year.
And I'm a secretary, so, and I don't have to wear a skirt. I know I shouldn't say that, but that's the way it is. So,
Okay, so summer is almost upon us, and what topic are we going to be covering for today's show?
well, Dwayne, in my former life, I spent over 30 some years in law enforcement. I began in the Air Force with the security police, and then I continued on with here locally with the Sheboygan County Sheriff's Department. And toward the end of that career, I was getting assigned cases that people would say are white collar crime, meaning that frauds and scams and just different methods and forms that they were using. Now today, those same type of frauds and scams and whatnot, nothing's really changed a lot, but they've enhanced by using the internet, and I know that people are getting stuff on their cell phones. So the internet and cell phones are probably the biggest change since I've left law enforcement.
And at that time, you were also then a detective.
Yep, I was a detective.
Yes.
Not a defective, but a detective.
Okay. So today's thieves are more sophisticated?
Well, I really don't like to use that term because you kind of give them these people some recognition that they just don't deserve.
Okay. Since we're dealing with veterans issues, I take it there are scams out there that are specifically targeting veterans.
Yes, veterans are targeted because these thieves are well aware of all the benefits that are available through the VA to veterans, and they use genuine looking logos, symbols of the VA to fool the veteran into believing that they're being contacted by someone that is officially with the VA or some kind of spokesman for the VA at the beginning of the scam.
So yeah, you really have to be careful. So what are some of the methods that the thieves use to contact a veteran?
Well, they still use the United States Postal Service, the mail system. And again, like I say, they will use these logos from the VA. Some of them will doctor them up, and the idea that they'll doctor up no matter what it is anything else, but let's say because they're going to doctor up, and if they get caught, they say, well, I didn't really use the VA symbol, thinking that somehow that's going to be a lesser crime. Well, it's still a crime regardless, but if you look closely, it actually gives you a tip-off. And the cheapest method that they will use is the phone and the internet, which is, when you think about it, it's incredible because even these thieves are looking at the bottom line on what it costs them to scam people.
So what would be an example of a scam using the U.S. mail?
Well, you may get a letter and it look something like the VA, or like I say, they may even just boldly copy the format that the VA uses, And the letter will normally start off, of course, thanking you for your service and that how deserving you are of the benefits. And the first paragraph, of course, just really thanking you. Then we get into maybe around the second paragraph talking about your claim. And they'll mention the fact that there's a backlog, and this is just one that I know of, that there's a backlog, and while going through the backlog, they encountered your claim and said, oh boy, you know, we're sorry that this is going on, and so we need to keep our records straight, and somewhere in there, there'll be a phone number, and that is where this whole thing will start. So first of all, when you get something like this, and you'd say a claim, maybe you do have a claim out there, or you know, you just completely forgot about it. But sometimes people get the claim and benefits mixed up, and think that they're one and the same. And so you know, got to be careful about that. So when you get to that phone number, that's going to be the cautious thing, because if you call it, you're going to be asked in a really nice way, oh, thank you for calling. I see you got our letter regarding your claim, and we want to expedite this. And so now the personal information is needed, because there are fees for filing and expediting this claim. Well, there is no fees for anything regarding your claim filing or checking into the VA. The VA does not charge fees for that. Now, there is a charge of sometimes getting your records, but that has nothing to do with the VA. The VA does not have the only thing they may charge sometime later on, depending on your benefit package and everything, some small fees for, let's say $15 for 3 months supply of some medication.
Okay. So that should be a first tip-off when they start asking for money.
Yes, because it might be, they might even be bold enough to put that in the letter that they're be asking about a filing fee.
Okay. So what advice do you have about handling a phone call like that?
Phone calls. This gets pretty tricky because we're going to get into a different style of calls and letters later on, and I don't know why this, I try to talk to people, you know, my former life, and now I'm trying to explain to you these cold calls, and that's what I call them, cold calls, because they don't know you, and there should be hints enough in a phone call about the VA asking you questions. So the best advice I can give, just hang up. I know that sometimes that's hard to do, and in our particular case, you know that we engage in a thing called buddy checks.
Right.
However, we try to let everybody know when one is coming, so that we will identify ourselves, and hopefully our members will read the newsletter or see the stuff online. Hey, next month we're going to be checking up on you. We'll be making phone calls, and that's what it is. All we're trying to do is see what your needs are, if you have anything. So that might get a little tricky, because you're going to see a phone number maybe, and you go, wait a minute, I don't know what this is, hang up on it. And I don't know if that happened in our last buddy check, if any of us got
it has occasionally happened that somebody has listened to us with our introduction and then hung up on us, or just simply don't answer the phone, and we wait for them to call us back. We give them a number,
That's right. We do leave a callback number, so that gets a little tricky. But later on, it even gets trickier. Put it that way.
So, what are some of the internet scams focused on veterans?
It's interesting, these thieves on the internet, because somehow, well, let's put it this way: the internet, for folks, it's the Wild West. That's the way I try to describe it. It is the Wild West. There are no rules. There is just anything goes in that. So keep that in mind. Because I saw it on the internet. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know. Just because, yes. Fine, you heard it. It's the Wild West. A lot of stuff being said. Now, one scam that is being used is to refinance your loan, or there's a VA loan. Now, there are legitimate because the VA, you don't deal directly with them anymore with loans. Okay. That's all gone. However, they do when you're doing with a legitimate company. That the VA does have a list of companies that they legitimately offer the information about you to. So they know how a legitimate bank, credit union, whatever, they know how to give just basic information, contacting the VA, and then get your loan or your refinancing going. One big clue is, for instance, I know the interest rates are all over right now, but if all of a sudden you see somebody gets on there and goes, yeah, if you're a veteran, I can get you, a 2% loan. Oh, really? I mean, seriously? Before you jump on that,
if it appears to be too good,
really think about that, and I'm just kind of like steer away from that.
Okay. What about companies that can cut through the red tape to get you VA benefits?
I just saw one the other day, and they have these people that know everything and anything that there is about the VA, and they can just take your information, and they're going to eliminate all of that, and you're going to start rolling into your benefits right away. Well, first of all, now think about that. Now, this is a company that has no association whatsoever that you know of with the Veterans Administration, such as we have discussed in the past, our Veteran Service Office, the Department of Veterans Affairs with the state of Wisconsin, or the Veterans Administration. So why are they so special? What is it that they know that people here, like in Sheboygan County and all the other counties, have been trained to do? And how can they access all of this stuff without being certified within,
Sure.
to be able to do this for you? Mm-hmm. And so the safest thing to do, contact your county service officers for that assistance, and they'll guide you through, and it's going to be the safest way to look out for you and get your benefits.
Okay. So is there any other advice about veterans scams?
All right. Well, this is one that I know has been successful with some veterans, and that is you will get a letter, a phone call, an email advising you that your claim has been updated, but more importantly, because you have used direct deposit, that direct deposit information needs to be updated. There's you've been receiving some compensation, and there's something going on with your account. First of all, don't totally ignore that particular email, letter, phone call. what you should do, because there's a chance that maybe somebody has accessed your account somehow, some way, or even your banking account, or something that they know something about you, and now they're notifying you. So if you could keep all that information, and then you would call the Veterans Administration hotline, and then that's a real simple number. It's just 800-827-1000. 1-800-827-1000. That's a hotline designated just for this.
Okay.
Now, if, however, you need to verify your information immediately, then you're going to have to hang up. Just hang up. But if you got any way of keeping that phone number, you can even call law enforcement, on a deal like that regarding that. Now, the problem is that your account may have been compromised.
Okay.
So that's why that 800 number is important to get a hold of, or that's going to give you direct access. You can try getting a hold of the county service office. It just all depends on when this happens. But try to remember that, or just go right to the VA website, and they'll have that number right up front, 800-827-1000. It's a hotline designated for these scams. So just be aware of that. Keep that around if you're not sure of things. But all these other things that we were talking about, just disregard them. And these refinancing scams and all this other stuff that's going on. Nobody is going to cut through all of this red tape for you. They don't, and there's no such thing. This is one that was actually, I saw over the weekend, that there are did you know that there are secret benefits out there?
I've seen those ads,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, there's secret
They all seem to lead
benefits.
to something else, though.
Right, there's secret benefits, and the reason that they're secret is because the government doesn't want you to know about them, because otherwise they're going to have to give them to you, and you're going to have to pay you compensation for that benefit. So that's why it's a secret, and they will open a vault and get you that secret to you. Oh, and by the way, what is your credit card number? And so I can open the vault and get in there and get those secrets out to you. So there are no secret benefits. You want to know all the benefits? Just go to the Veterans Administration website and you'll see all the benefits there are for you.
So I guess there's always someone out there trying to take advantage of you or your situation.
Yes, Dwayne, it's exactly right. And unfortunately, veterans are a very trusting soul, and will engage with these scam artists. So now, again, hopefully we've directed you or gave you some thought if you should be encountered with some of this. Don't jump right away. Those phone calls, I know that there is one that's called spoofing. They're using numbers. In fact, earlier this year, because I have caller ID on my TV, I was calling myself. I said, well, that's a nice deal. It's I don't know how I did that, because I'm sitting here watching TV and the phone is ringing and it's my phone number that's on there. I said, well, that's wonderful. Or it'll be a legitimate company, and I've already called those companies and said, hey, look, your phone number is being used in some kind of scam.
Okay.
So you have to be careful about that, because if it does say the VA and you pick it up, or it might say, another good one is Washington, D.C., and you go, whoa, I wonder what that is, and you pick it up, and it's, one of these, they use the spoof phone number, and hopefully you don't engage into that conversation.
Okay.
So the big thing is now, if you have a request of a veteran issue, you know, a lot of you people know how to contact Dwayne, you know how to contact me. Just let us know. We'll look into it and try the best to get that information out to you. And so we're all enlightened. Very well, we'll learn something new and that. So in the meantime, keep yourself safe and healthy. Thank you for watching.